my body. Hi, my name is Emily and welcome to my channel. Today I will be talking about the Chloe Ting Summer Shred Challenge of 2020, which I was able to complete this last week. And we're gonna talk about my results, what I thought about it, challenges, you know, all of the stuff that I was curious about when I first started it. Let me just start off by saying that I am in no way a traditional athlete in terms of exercise. I have never had abs in my life. Okay, I've had abdominal muscles, but no one's ever seen them. Let's put it that way. Previous to this exercise program, I have done the Chloe Ting 14-day challenge before I started my YouTube channel. That was the first time I had ever followed an exercise program. Previous to quarantine happening, my exercise habits had only recently been solidified. Since around August of last year, I started exercising regularly, but it was only like cardio and stretching maybe 4 or 5 times a week. So doing this was very new to me. I'm not flexible. I am not super strong. I have never had abs. I've never really worked on my arms because previous to this, I had a pretty bad relationship with my body growing up, and only up until recently have I really considered the idea that maybe I should take care of my body, not because I want it to look a certain way aesthetically, but because I'm more concerned with performance and getting stronger. My relationship with diet and exercising had always been really kind of more hate than love. So I really wanted to try and focus on strengthening myself rather than getting an aesthetic result. So after finishing the Chloe Ting 14-day challenge, I realized that, hey, it's actually not that hard to follow an exercise program once you start. You know, they always say that going to the gym is the hardest part of going to the gym. It's getting there. So the hardest part really was just starting the exercise every day. But you know, with all this time that I suddenly have, I was able to kind of establish that habit. What the Chloe Ting program has made me realize is how much more satisfying it is when you change your mentality about exercise. I'm quite the perfectionist. It's really hard for me to get tasks done, to start tasks, or to finish tasks because it has to be perfect, and I discourage myself from finishing or starting because I'm afraid it won't turn out the way I want it to. The biggest thing with the first program that I did of Chloe Ting's was to focus on how my body feels. Don't push myself to perform exactly how she does or how other people do, but really tuning myself into how my body feels at any given moment. And I tried to carry that mentality over to the 28-day challenge that I did. And I think what's so great about this program is that she emphasizes strength. Granted, there were definitely days where I felt awful. I did not feel good. I felt tired. I felt sluggish. And that was due to a lot of different things, which I'll touch up on. So, first week went pretty well, actually shockingly well, because the 14-day challenge is so freaking hard that when I started the 28-day challenge, comparatively, at least for me, it was so much easier. During the 14-day challenge, I suffered every single day of that challenge, and it never got easier. However, this 28-day challenge, it definitely got easier as I did it. And I don't know if it's because my body had been through hell and so it was used to pain by the time I got to the 28-day challenge, or if the 28-day challenge was objectively easier. I don't know. But all I know is that the first week or two were easier than I thought it was gonna be. It was definitely still difficult. I didn't feel like I was gonna die after each session, if you know what I'm saying. My form had also gotten better, I think. It had gotten easier to focus on muscle groups around week 2. I think the phases that I went through were getting used to the exercises, being able to focus specifically on certain muscle groups. Then week 3 is when I started experiencing more fatigue. I don't know why exactly, but I suspect that it has something to do with the fact that I finally learned by week 3 how to do the exercises properly. Also, like, my period hit, and around the end of week 3 is when I started experiencing burnout in terms of these exercises. That last week was very hard mentally for me to get into. Not quite sure why, but by the time I hit week 4, I was pretty pooped. Physically, not so much. mentally, very much so. I was ready to take a break for more than like a day, maybe like 2 days. Sticking a 2-day break in there would have been good for me, but again, I'm a perfectionist, and so I wanted to complete the challenge as it was meant to be completed and see what happened at the end. Now, during this entire program, I did not change my diet at all. I did not try and eat less. I did not try and reduce the amount of sweet things that I was eating, although I found that I naturally kind of didn't crave those things during this time. But when I did want something, I didn't feel bad about eating it. My birthday was during these 4 weeks, and so you can bet your butt that I ate so much cake. But I mean, that was maybe 1 day out of 3 cheat days that I had during the entire thing. But again, I didn't try and restrict myself in terms of calorie intake, in terms of sugar intake, processed foods. I wasn't ready to take that extra step. This was enough of a commitment for me for the time being. However, towards the end, I found that I did have a desire to eat healthier, simply because I began to notice its effect on my performance. I think the big thing that I've noticed about this program is how before I've never really noticed how my body feels. I've just noticed its output. I've been noticing more how my diet influences how easily I'm able to complete those tasks. On any given day, generally, I can do the exercises without much of a problem. But what I eat and how much I've slept the night before, whether or not I'm on my period, I notice almost immediately how that affects how my body feels. For a long time, I didn't know that I had a dairy allergy, but I did notice that like I would get acne. But now, not only do I notice that I get acne, I've noticed how tired my body feels, how much heavier it feels. And so I think the biggest takeaway that I've gotten from this program is understanding how my body functions in terms of efficiency. And I've never been one to really focus on that. I'm a singer, and so I've always been told that it's really important to take care of your body because your voice is part of your body. And like, duh, that makes sense. I would do lots of cardio so I could, have more easily have control over my breathing. But up until this point, I had never really noticed how much of an effect that strength training has on me. So, if we take a look at my before and after photos, the things that I noticed that may not be as apparent on camera or maybe not even in person, but the things that I've noticed are particularly my legs, my butt, and my arms. Everywhere except my abs, but take what you can get. My arms especially, I've noticed more definition. I've never done any strength training in terms of my upper body because I've always been held back by the fear that I'll bulk up too much. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Being strong is great. I notice especially in my shoulder area that I am much stronger there and I have much more definition there. My back has especially gotten more definition and has kind of leaned out. It's not as apparent in these videos, but my butt has gotten more toned. My legs have definitely gotten more toned. Now, I took some measurements from before and after. The measurements are interesting. I gained 2 pounds doing this program. However, I've lost 1 inch around my waist, around my bust, 1/2 inch on my upper hip, and my butt and legs stayed the same. For the first time in my life, I am looking at weight gain in terms of muscle gain, which I have never experienced before. I would weigh myself periodically throughout this program, and I kind of panicked when I saw the numbers go up, but I decided to really stick to it and see what happened till the very end. For the first time, I'm gaining muscle, whereas before I was always afraid of doing that because of some arbitrary number on the scale. I was afraid of becoming stronger because I didn't want to see a number go up on a scale. And I think that is really sad. But I'm glad I'm realizing it now. I can learn to value strength over appearance and over numbers. I'm really happy with my experience with this program. And I think I would have had better results if I had maybe watched my diet a little more and added a little bit of cardio in there. I'm really happy with my physical results, but I am actually most happy with my mental results, which is really appreciating my body for its performance. And then if it looks nice along the way, that's great. Anyways, so that is my experience with the Chloe Ting Summer Shred 2020 challenge. Chloe, if you ever, on the off chance that you watch this video, I just want to say thank you. You've helped so many people, myself included, and your programs have helped me exponentially during this weird time of uncertainty, and you've provided me with something to look forward to. So thank you so much. And yeah, that is the video. Thanks for watching. Please hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed listening to me talk. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I'm always up for making more friends. So, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Wear your mask. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to leave a comment down below, and I read everything, so yeah. Alrighty. Thanks for tuning in, and have a beautiful life. Alright? See you guys later. Bye! That was a really long wave, but you know, playing too much Animal Crossing, so it's... Bye! Tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.